few weeks. I'm glad you can tune in on a rainy day. So sit back and listen. This topic, I really want people to call in. And again, the number is 612-377-3456. We are talking about public safety and the role of 311 around reimagining public safety and the work that's developed around new unarmed public safety responses services in the city and community-based violence prevention programs. Co-designed these initiatives with the city, available right now, right, for people to be able to understand what's going on in the role of 311. Listen, Minneapolis, when we've talked for the last few years about the role and how important 311 is for information and everything else, the person I have on today is going to talk about that, right? Again, unarmed public safety response to services for people that police aren't showing up to and to work. So we're going to dig right into it. I got Piovani Rittman, from Minneapolis 311 as our guest today. Piovani, how you doing? What's going on? Welcome to Minneapolis 360.
Awesome, thank you. I am so happy that you guys could have me on today, and I'm doing pretty good. Outside of the gloomy weather, it's a little annoying that this is spring every year, but That's all right.
Facts, right? And it should be like, 75 degrees. I should be wearing some shorts and stuff like that.
The sun's supposed to be shining through this window.
Right, yeah, sweat beads coming down my bald head. That's not happening. So, hey, listen, besides the weather welcome, I know you're going to bring the sunshine. Piovani, just tell us what you do for 311. What's going on?
Well, for 311, I actually take the calls on a daily basis as an agent. And I have been here actually coming up on 4 years now. On, I think, the 23rd. That's my 4th year anniversary. So I take calls, I enter cases, I go to our resolving departments, and we do police reports. We do anything non-emergency is handled by us.
And now, since, our topic, right, we're talking about the role of 311 and reimagining public safety beyond police. And this is huge, right? I mean, this is something that the community's been talking about, warning about. Just tell us why now, right? Why are we even having this discussion about this, right?
For sure. And so the demands have been made for decades. We all know we've been requesting and wanting and demanding that we have, a different avenue to report to or have people respond to issues. And since 2019, the city has been working with community members to build alternative and better responses for, not unarmed police responses. So, and that's, yeah.
And so what's 311's role like? So look, the city understands how to 311 and exactly what it is. A lot of information, pointing and directing people to different places to get the information, just really helpful. So what's 311's role in reimagining public safety in Minneapolis?
311's role for imagining public safety, we are the front desk of the city. So anytime that you need to resolve any non-emergency issues, you could give us a call here at 311 by simply dialing 612-673-3000 or by calling 311 if you're within Minneapolis limits. And speaking with any of our agents an agent like myself or any other agent who can either take a police report for you, take a police report for you, tell you alternative ways to address your issues, or any assistance with any non-emergency issues. So, that's really it.
Yeah, and one of the most important things, right? So in 2020, right, there was a survey conducted by the city, right? And so to talk about what you heard during that survey.
During that survey, we heard that people wanted to speak with someone, or they wanted an avenue where they would get good customer service, they would not have to deal with police, and be heard.
Mm-hmm. Yep, and be able to work with civilians. So that was like super clear, right? And
right, and 311, we are civilians. No one here is sworn in or anything like that. So.
And when you talk about that, we're talking to Piovani Rittman from Minneapolis 311. Really, what what she said, I think resonated with a lot, is like the front desk of the city, right?
Right.
And Kim, we talk about that all the time. With 311, go to 311.
Right.
Right?
Absolutely. When you don't know, when in doubt, call 311.
Call 311.
311.
Right, absolutely. So what does 311 kind of envision for Minneapolis, Piavani?
311, we imagine a world where it's built on transparency and trust and safety, where everyone knows and feels that they belong, where the community is heard, understood, and feels that they're valued. We also imagine a world where we work together to create an environment that feels like home for everyone, and so no one's out of place.
Right.
And so one of the things that I think is important, right, that our community is so diverse, right? We have so many different communities, Somali, Latinx, Hmong, our African-American community.
We're a melting pot.
Absolutely. And
Yes.
and that's one of the beauties of living here, right? To be able to learn from a lot of different cultures and cities. So, why is it important for the city to be able to connect with 311 about these non-emergency issues?
Because we know that many people simply are not aware of the services. Even though we've been, working, our 311's been up and running in Minneapolis since 2006, many people still have no idea that 311 exists. And so they don't know, when they do find out, they're not sure if they should call 911 or if they should call 311. A lot of people aren't even aware that they can download a 311 app onto their phone, depending on if they have a smartphone or not.
Right.
And we want people to feel comfortable contacting the city and speaking in their own language and getting help they need. And so that's why it's so important. If you need help, you can give 311 a call. We have a language service that can help us interpret if we need. And 311 agents can help with any non-emergency issues and connect you with any department, because we're the front desk of the city.
Which is great, I think, right? Because at the end of the day, we need our police officers dealing with situations that, they really need to spend time on. They don't need to be overwhelmed with every little task or, issue that comes their way, right? Because then that's probably where frustration builds up, or, you just have too much on your plate and you're overwhelmed and you can't get everything done. So having another team, you guys are like a virtual assistant.
That's it.
Yes.
But real.
Yes.
Yeah.
But we're real people.
Yeah, real people, and you're actually able to assist with all of those things that, aren't life-threatening or, non-emergency, as you call it. And that way then, we can allow the officers to do a great job at what they need to do without all the extra stress of being overworked and overwhelmed.
Absolutely.
Of course.
Yeah, and Kim, you said it great. Like, and sometimes police don't need to respond to these things, right? I mean, sometimes we need, and again, we're committed to kind of giving information on the efforts that's happening in the city, but there's a lot of times too that with mental health crisis and other things like that, like 311 can connect people to those initiatives that's going on in the street, that somebody's got some mental health qualifications. Like, I want somebody qualified to show up, and it's not always a police officer.
Yeah, they may not even know a contact information for you. They may not even have that resource for you, whereas 311 can connect you to the right person that you need to speak to.
Listen, Piavani, we bigging up 311. You gonna say something? What's going on?
We done pumped y'all up.
Yes.
Say some more.
You said all the right things, so yes.
We are talking with Piavani Rittman, from Minneapolis 311, talking about the efforts around reimagining public safety here today. Please call 612-377-3456 to get a comment on while we have her. And Piavani, listen, so, we're talking about 311. How can listeners learn more about the other unarmed public safety solutions in Minneapolis? And again, listeners, we will have more regarding this, but how can they contact 311 to find out more of what's going on, Piavani?
They can give us a call at 612-673-3000, or if they're within Minneapolis limits, they can simply just dial 311. They can always send us an email at 311@minneapolismn.gov, or they can download the app. There's so many ways.
So many options, right? The website.
Right.
There's no excuses not to contact us.
And the number is so easy to remember.
Right, it is.
311. I mean, if you can remember 911, you can remember 311.
Exactly.
That is so.
Right after 211.
Right.
Listen, I love 311. You know, I think it's been super helpful as far as getting people the information that they need at a time when people are having some problems like life issues or just information or anything. And I think it's important. One of the things with the time that we have left, Piovani, is just to really just, tell people, your thoughts and feelings, how long you've been working for 311, just, the environment with your team. You get, and these are regular folks, good, hardworking folks. Just give some people the inside of that room that's going on and some of the blessings that you see happen every day in 311.
Mm.
Well, I've been working for 311 for 4 years now. I am not the most senior. We have someone who's been working here, well, a couple folks have actually been working with 311 for 16 years,
wow,
which is super awesome. So when you're calling in, starting in, when you first get hired, it's a 6-month training process. So when you're calling in, you're not speaking to someone who was just thrown on the phones yesterday or whatnot. They were trained to help you with everything that you call about. Yeah. And if we are unable to help you, and the slight chance that we are unable to, we do know who to connect you with, who would be able to better assist you. We've helped people, this is really random, but get pollinator seeds because spring is coming up and they're looking to get pollinator seeds to join the tree trust. We filed oodles, I don't even know the exact number, but of police reports. I really enjoy that. And our team, we all care so much, and we have a passion in just helping people. And we a lot of times are going above and beyond and following through and reaching out to you and calling and following up with the resolving departments and making sure your cases are being resolved. And if you are stressed about a police report that you filed and you're not able to find out where it's going or where it's been, we can help you find that out too. We are just in the business of helping, and that's what we all enjoy doing. So
that's wonderful.
And I think right now there's like 30 of us or so, and so really, I mean, whoever you get on the phone is going to be more than elated to help you.
Wonderful. Talking
with Piovani Pittman from 311. So glad to have you on the show today. I think this was really important information. I feel your energy around what you do with the program. And again, just thank you for being on the show today.
Yes, absolutely.
No problem. And if they do call, we are open from 7 to 7. So 7 to 7, Monday through Friday. Otherwise, email, app.
Yeah, give the email and the phone numbers again for those who may have missed it.
Yeah, of course. So the phone number is 612-673-3000 or 311 if you're within the city limits. You can download the Minneapolis 311 app. And the email address is simply 311@minneapolismn.gov as well.
Yeah.
Wonderful. And Minneapolis is completely spelled out in the email address.
Okay.
Wonderful. Yes, don't shorten it to MPLS.
Yeah, gotcha.
Because we'll do it. Yeah, I'm good for it.
I am too.
Yeah.
I am too. I think when the letters are just too long.
Right. You always want to abbreviate something.
Right. We do that all the time.
Now that we could text message, boy, I don't even remember how to spell.
The spelling is gone. It's a wrap on the spelling. It's a done deal. That's the truth. You is YOU turned into you.
Right.
Yeah,
I swear I was the spelling bee champ, and now I'm the abbreviation queen.
Hey, acronyms and everything.
Right.
That's right. Hey, it was a pleasure. Thank you for coming on today. Enjoy the rest of the day. Appreciate you.
Yes, thank you, Piovani.
Thank you so much, you guys, for having me. You guys have a beautiful rest of your day as well.
You too.
Happy Wednesday, everyone.
Happy Wednesday.
Happy Wednesday. I know that's right.
Thanks, love.
Bye, guys.
That was Piovani Pittman. Rittman. I keep messing the name up. Minneapolis talking about 311. And Kim, let's just have a conversation. and we kind of just touched on this, briefly, but it's just really important to get the right people when folks are having issues, right?
Absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, if you're having suicidal thoughts, you can call 311 and they can put you in touch with someone who can help. If you're having a mental breakdown, you can call 311 and they can put you in touch with somebody. So it doesn't matter what the situation is. If you need to know where to get food stamps, if you need a shelter, if you need to find food, or you need money to help with burial expenses. Right. It doesn't matter what it is. They are very resourceful. As she said, what was it, a 6-month training?
That's right.
That's a lot of training.
Yeah, so that means they know what they're doing.
They know what they're doing. They're very skilled, and they are very resourceful.
Right, and with the work around reimagining public safety, they have a vital role in this, right?
Right.
She said it a couple of times, front desk of the city, right?
Yes.
Quick and easy access. You download the app. You get your information out quickly. You get a response quickly.
Yeah. You don't need to remember the phone number. Just dial 311 if you're in Minneapolis.
That's absolutely correct. And look,
does it get any easier?
It don't get no easier than that. It doesn't get, excuse my language, but it don't get no more easier than that.
Right, it doesn't.
Minneapolis. So just really excited. You can feel her energy.
Absolutely.
And if they're all like that, then I think people are going to be okay with
contacting them as and I really like, now we have 311. A couple weeks ago, we had, the other group that assists with, in the streets so that we don't have to contact the police. They're like the third party or the mediator between.
Outreach and,
and engagement, business, like touch outreach. And, I think that it's wonderful that we have these civilians in place who are familiar with the community. They have love for the community. They live in the community. And they are willing to help us navigate through these streets, without having to boggle down or worry about, dealing with somebody who has a gun on their hip or, just make us feel a little bit more, so, and then for those more, situations that need,
absolutely,
some authority, then they're available.
Then they're available. 100% right. And one of the things, too, that when we in sometimes our moment of crisis, we want people to show up that look like us, too.
Very true.
Right? So that look like us, that what you said, that know the community,
yes,
that be able to understand some things, to bring a personal touch to it,
right,
have some empathy to it.
Yeah.
Because at times we're at our worst when situations like that happen, and we need somebody to be able to understand that, like, sis, listen, this is what happened, this is what's going on, this is what I need.
Absolutely.
Pull you aside, talk to you, and be able to have a conversation.
Right, without feeling threatened or scared or, because unfortunately in the world that we live in, we still, and as you said, there's so many cultures here in Minnesota, right? And not everybody understands your culture.
Right.
Right. So it is definitely great to have somebody who is a part of your culture who, whether it's a translation issue, they can understand what you're saying, or even if it's just your body language, or you have some people who, are aggressive, and it's not that it's, they're being harmful, but that's just their personality.
The reaction in their body too. Right?
And somebody who's familiar with that knows how to handle or to talk to a person like that. Whereas somebody who is not familiar with aggression, they may feel intimidated or scared by the situation, and that's how things can, happen. That's how things can
escalate.
Yes,
right.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so we definitely appreciate this. Minneapolis, there's a lot more information to come. We're going to introduce you some people who are in the streets doing that.
Yes.
So we're going to have some folks come on and talk about, their qualifications, what they see, what they envision, their role, and talk about some of the things they've seen on the streets. Now.
Yeah.
So,
and how they've been able to de-escalate some of the situations.
And maybe teach us some stuff.
Right. So we could be out here, man in the street. Because don't get me wrong, I man the streets. I was stand right on the corner of West Broadway and Penn. I'm going to make sure that the streets are safe.
Right. Absolutely. They might start recruiting you. KMOJ better watch out, man.
Right.
Kim's going to be in the streets.
Right. Dang, before you know it, she running the streets of Minneapolis.
And you could probably do it. You do it anyway. You the queen bee. You the queen bee.
Oh.
So listen, y'all. Just want to thank y'all, Minneapolis, for this time. We're gonna get into some music here, but I just really wanted to make sure that folks had this information. Really Happy that the Office of Performance and Innovation is holding it down. Brian Smith is my guy, one of the most respected cats in the city, and his team over there are doing great work. So more to come on this. Minneapolis. So listen, I'm going outside. I didn't get an umbrella, so I'm running to my car. Anybody see me running across Broadway, you know I'm not in trouble. I just don't want to get wet. So
right.
yeah.
Well, hey, up next though, we got. Hey, hold on. Let me get it right.
Okay.
Let me clear my throat
Practice.
first. It's Mr. William Bake Show Baker, Mr. Diddy in the City, Mr. Can't Stop, Won't Stop, Don't Stop, Mr. Have It All. Did I miss one?
I'm not sure. All I want to do is this old school Harlem Shake, though. When you do that,
we just started shaking to it. It's Mr. William Bake Show Baker, Mr. DJ Bake Show Baker. He's up next, and y'all know he's about to set it off on this gloomy Wednesday afternoon. So stay put. Your favoriteest brother is on his way.